Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver, your host of The Mason Weaver Show, founder of LeaveThePlantation.org. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot of folks have been asking me why I have not commentated on the breaking news. There's always breaking news. And I very seldom come in and talk about it, especially if we win. For example, the Supreme Court made the federal government back off of abortion. So the federal government now does not support abortion. That's a big story. But I didn't comment on it because that was the victory. We already won that, folks. So now we got to focus on the counterattack. Trust me, there's going to be a counterattack. You see them already talking about it. Intimidation, riots, it didn't come to pass. But the woke corporations trying to counter, states coming up with different ideas, they're going to have a counterattack. So I don't focus on the victories. I focus on the next battle because there's always a distraction. Even when it's victorious, they use it as a distraction for other things. Give you an example. The coming food shortages, with the burning down of all the food processing plants, the artificial shortage of baby formula, the attempt to put chips in us to monitor our medication, all a distraction. Today, you see the president is he's attending the G7, European and American-led organization to see how much of our money they can spend. So he's there now, embarrassing us every day, but he's now come out with a plan, folks. He has a plan for Europe. That's hard. Your president has a plan for Europe. He doesn't have a plan for America. He doesn't have a plan for inner city America, but he has a plan for Europe. He's spending billions of dollars while we're sitting here, trillions of dollars in debt, tens of trillions of dollars in debt, and he's spending the money, billions, in Europe. By the way, they just passed a gun control bill. Billions of dollars to register you for your firearms under 21. Why does it cost billions to implement this bill? Democrats love to spend money because they love poverty, they love debt, they love dependency, they love control. So let's look at what Biden is doing. Right now you see that Biden is exploring the idea with other countries of ways to get our money. He has to contribute $200 billion to the G7 infrastructure partnership. $200 billion. Now I want you guys to send this video to all your inner city relatives, all of your liberal friends that live in these poor neighborhoods, and all of them are Democrat neighborhoods. Every ghetto in America is Democrat because they are slave managers. So you send this video and ask them a question. How much are you spending on infrastructure in your neighborhood? How much is he spending on roads and bridges and building up the cities? How much is he spending creating jobs in your inner city neighborhood? Democrats want poverty. They know the more poverty-stricken, gang-infested neighborhoods you have, the stronger you're going to vote Democrat. They know that, and their tribal chief also know it. Those black folks in charge also know that. They will never bring prosperity to the inner cities. $200 billion would it be, folks? What would that do for the top 10 inner city ghettos? Chicago, LA, New York, Miami, Atlanta. What would it do there if you spent that money building up businesses? But no, let's look at where the money's going to be going. This is your president, folks, and he loves you so much. This is driving the news. The G7 countries aim to provide $600 billion by 2027 to a partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investments, which seeks to meet the infrastructure needs of low and middle income countries, not neighborhoods, not your neighborhood, not the neighborhood in your state. They're going to send our money. Now, the president's not spending $600 billion yet. The first digital thing here says that the partnership focused on 4 areas: health, digital connectivity, gender equality, and climate and energy security. Folks, they're going to spend $200 billion for things including gender equality. How much money does it cost to bring about gender equality? What's the money going to do? It's money laundering. And number 2, under the partnership, the U.S. and its G7 partners are investing in a new industrial-scale vaccine manufacturing facility in Senegal. Not Chicago, not L.A., not Atlanta, Senegal, to produce COVID-19 and other vaccines for the region, not for the nation of America, not for Chicago, not from Illinois, but for the region. That's what Biden said. Then Biden also announced as an American company, he announced that an American company will build a small modular reactor plant. Wait a minute, wait. I gotta get myself together here. I gotta read this like a professional. Biden also announced that an American company will build a small modular reactor plant in Romania as part of the investment in energy security. Europe's reliance on Russia for energy has been an issue since the country invaded Ukraine. Lord have mercy. So let's see if I get this right here, folks. He's building a small nuclear power plant in a foreign country with U.S. money and U.S. know-how. How many nuclear power plants are he building in America right now to reduce our dependency on Saudi Arabia oil and Russia oil? He wants to make the other world countries energy sufficient with nuclear war, but we're supposed to be having solar power plants on our cars, solar panels on our car. What is he doing for America? Why doesn't he come back here and invest? I know a company in California that's right on the edge of controlling fusion energy. They're a privately owned country worth billions, and they're probably going to do this without government aid. But why doesn't the government encourage this? Tax breaks or something like that. The problem, here's the big picture, folks. The partnership aims to counter China's development and infrastructure projects around the world. Well, gee, it seems to me if they're going to counter China's investments around the world, invest ourselves in getting ourselves out of China, because it's our wealth that's creating this potential for China to become our enemy. We are supporting and driving millions and billions of dollars in business, and we are allowing our own business here to falter and close up. So I want you to send this to all your Democrat friends, especially your black liberal Democrats, and ask them, how much infrastructure in your neighborhood? How many billions is he spending in your neighborhood? And why is it that every time Democrats take over a black community, poverty, drugs, and gangs follow? That's why I don't cover breaking news, folks. There's always something on the side. There's always something trying to stick past you. They're gonna build vaccine plants. They're gonna build roads. They want to build airports. They're building and building because they want to build up our trading partners instead of build us up to be good trading partners. Your president and his party has a history to point to the fact that they love poverty. They cannot stand middle class because middle class don't vote Democrat. So they want middle class to be dependent upon them. So America, you tired of this mess? You tired of this? Don't sit back and argue and debate about birth control or what do you call it? Abortion. because that's been won. And the next time it pops up, we'll fight it. But right now, let's focus on what they're doing. They're trying their best to break us. Keystone Pipeline, open it up. You want to be all dependent? Open it up again, Mr. President. Teton in Alaska, open it up. You go down to the Gulf of Mexico and tell those oil rig workers, get on back to work. How about licensing the petroleum companies, give them tax breaks to build new refineries, Mr. President, or spend some of this $200 billion in building up oil refineries capacities for us to have more oil produced in America. Do that, Mr. President. But you won't, because you want poverty. Your party is a party of poverty. It's a party of slavery, segregation, sharecropping. It's a party of slavery. And you always want to be more and more in charge of everyone's lives. G7, give them $200 billion. I want to know you're tired of it. If you send this to your relatives, I want to hear their response. So send it back to me. Email me at mason@leavetheplantation. You see at the bottom here, leavetheplantation.org. My name is Mason@leavetheplantation.org. If you have any questions, comments, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to this so this video will hit you every time. We gotta wake up, folks. And we're all waking up, by the way. I see signs that we're waking up. Republicans are gaining more registered voters and Democrats are losing more registered voters. People are tired of it. Even Democrats are tired of Democrats. So this is Mason. I just want to come on the air real quick and kind of chit-chat with you what I'm seeing. I will not be making comments or videos about the about the abortion, and because that's over. We've won that. Let's go win something else. But I do want to put one more question. Aren't you happy that Donald Trump was president and not Hillary when those 3 Supreme Court justices came up? Are you happy that President Trump was sitting in the White House when those 3 vacancies came up? Can you imagine what kind of country you would have right now if you allowed Hillary Clinton and her thieving husband to select 3 Supreme Court justices? Voting matters, folks. Cheating matters also. We're going to suffer because liberals are in power. We better wake up, though, and stop trying to fight them. Stop trying to convince them. Stop trying to argue with them. You get frustrated. All you get is frustration from them because they already know. They know what they're doing brings poverty. They know what they're doing brings death. They know what they're doing brings unemotionally attached children. That's why every school shooting was a shooter who had mental problems and getting government, probably school medication. They know what they are doing. My question is, what the heck are we doing? Let's take this nation back. Let's stop and proclaim the truth to darkness so that those who want to come out can come out, but not try to convince these fools that they're foolish. If it doesn't make sense, folks, it's nonsense. So let's stop pretending and get back to making things right by vocalizing and standing up for what we believe in. It's just Mason. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong. God bless you.